Hi, I'm Andrew Singalakis, and I'm the Transportation Director for the City of Bellevue. Today I'm going to share with you how our department plans for the future and, with community input, selects and funds projects to build. Our staff of 170 people across 4 divisions work to implement the City Council vision to deliver a safe and efficient transportation system here in Bellevue. We also collaborate on policy direction and planning with our Transportation Commission, which is a council-appointed advisory board. And we partner with many other agencies in the region, like Sound Transit, WashDOT, and King County, to deliver new transit projects and improve connections to our regional transportation facilities. Bellevue has grown a lot in the past few decades, and that growth is projected to continue. With so many new people coming to live, work, study, and play in our city, how do we make sure everyone can get where they're going safely and efficiently? Our planning starts with a comprehensive plan, a foundational policy document that establishes a single community vision for how Bellevue's infrastructure and services will meet the needs of our growing city over the next 20 years. Our current plan looks all the way out to 2044. It outlines goals and policies for everything from housing to utilities, economic development to human services, and of course, transportation. It's important we start with the citywide plan because transportation supports much of what happens within Bellevue. Staff from our department work hand in hand with planners from the Community Development Department and both the Planning Commission and the Transportation Commission, together with lots of different in-person and digital engagement with the community to develop the policy recommendations in the comprehensive plan that are adopted by the City Council. After citywide policies are adopted, we focus on transportation-specific plans. We do a lot of planning, studies, and analysis to make sure we're prioritizing the city's investment in the transportation network. Today we're going to focus on 3 high-level plans that guide our department's work, but more information is available on our website. The overarching transportation plan is the Mobility Implementation Plan. It identifies our goals and performance metrics for all modes of transportation across the city. And these include walking, driving, bicycling, and taking transit. When there's a gap between the performance target and what exists in the ground, the MIP identifies project concepts that could fill these gaps. For example, a new sidewalk could be built to improve the performance of the network for people walking. These project concepts are then passed on to the Transportation Facilities Plan process. The Transportation Facilities Plan, or the TFP, helps us prioritize what projects to build based in part on what the city can reasonably afford. They include only as many projects as we forecast we'll have the money for. The Transportation Commission recommends to the City Council what projects to include in the TFP, and to make this recommendation, they work with our planners and seek input from community members like you. Once a project is listed in the TFP, it can compete for implementation funding in the city's Capital Improvement Plan, or the C.I.P. The C.I.P. is a 6-year plan for funding the design, property acquisition, and construction of city transportation projects, as well as project priorities from other departments like utilities and parks and community services. In addition to funding specific projects, the C.I.P. also funds programs that focus on improving safety, increasing capacity for vehicles, adding space for people walking and biking, and system maintenance projects. One example is our Neighborhood Sidewalks program. The C.I.P. allocates money each year to this program, funding community outreach, design, and construction of sidewalk projects across the city. This way, the program can build sidewalks where we need them the most without individual projects competing against other standalone C.I.P. projects for funding. The C.I.P. is updated every 2 years through the city's budget update process. During this update, there are lots of opportunities to get involved, including attending council meetings, participating in the budget survey, or attending an informational session. In our next video, we'll talk about what happens after a project is funded, including how they are designed, built, and maintained.